You see the little shit going. That's a video.
They are actually, yeah, because I had 20 minutes with Tony Bellew earlier going through tactics, he knows how tough this fight is because he shared the ring with Oleksandr Usyk. Massive demand, we sold out in 24 hours. We had over 50,000 people in a queue online to purchase tickets. Data shows could have sold over 200,000 tickets for that card. Nervous. I think people, just saying another interview, obviously when the Fury fight fell through, people would go, oh, okay, he's fighting Usyk, yeah, good fight. And then once you start seeing the poster and then actually thinking about the night and the fight itself, you start to realise how good this fight is. And it's a tremendous fight and one that Anthony's really ready for.
You mentioned there was thousands and thousands of people queuing for tickets. A lot of people left disappointed. It feels like 2017 again. That a lot of tickets were immediately appearing on secondary sites, and a lot of people were unable to get their tickets at the first come first served basis. Your comment on that? I'm sure you've had a lot of tweets about people complaining about these secondary markets scooping up tickets again.
Yeah, I think the secondary market is something that exists and something you see more of for the major events. A lot of those tickets that you see on the secondary market don't even exist, and one of the reasons that, at least with our relationship with StubHub, we know that those tickets on the secondary market are real because we can actually identify them. Someone sent me a link to some tickets and it was a block that is not even for sale. It's for fighters and fighter families and stuff like that. They don't have tickets in there, and there was lists and lists of tickets. I do think in today's world the secondary market can serve a good purpose because you could get pinged. You could have COVID, you could not have your vaccine if the government introduced that, which I don't think they will. I hate the fact that people are out there who buy a ticket and put it straight on trying to profit from a resale. One, because we don't have any involvement, any profit with any resale at all. We sell tickets at face value. I could have put those prices up by double and probably sold out. Maybe that eradicates the secondary market. I don't know. But I think it can serve a purpose, but I do agree. I think it's, I hate the fact that people go on, buy a £100 ticket, put it up for £2,000, and, ultimately it's dead money because it's someone that, and a lot of it actually is businesses that do that for a living. They buy all the football tickets, they buy all the Euro tickets, and that's how they operate. So, good in some respects that we can control that element and know that you're not getting scammed or real, and I think there's a role to play for that secondary market, but I hate the fact that some people buy to sell. Do you know what I mean? And I think how we control that will continue to develop. But I hope that, and actually, when you look at the tickets available for resale, it's 2,000 and something out of 65,000 tickets. It's and it's not a huge amount, but some may be genuine, some aren't, and the ones that aren't, I hope you don't buy them.
Is there anything?
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn as he addresses the ticket scams for certain people that buy tickets to resell the tickets. And he personally doesn't like people that does that because they or him, as a promotional company, they sell them at face value, whatever the amount of price that was set for purchasing them. That's what they do, and they don't like people that do that. And also, it goes back to yesterday when they were sold out. The thousands of people that were in queue that had to be turned around because there wasn't enough tickets left. It shows you, though, that Oleksandr Usyk is a guy that is an undefeated fighter. He is a guy that you do have at least a question mark or two when thinking about Oleksandr Usyk. Anthony Joshua is a seat filler. He's a guy that gives you knockouts or gives you exciting fights, okay? Even the time that he lost, he gave you one of the most spectacular fights that you've seen in the longest, especially in 2019. It was a very exciting, intriguing night. It was very frightful to certain people, such as Eddie Hearn, but nonetheless, it was exciting. So when you're dealing with Anthony Joshua, you're either going to see him knock someone out or you might see a scare. So the question is, I think a lot of people that doubt Anthony Joshua are there to see if he possibly falls again like he did the night in 2019. Or if you support Joshua, you expect him to have a spectacular knockout with his newfound skills, because he's just constantly getting better, because he's more open to learn day by day in new techniques as long as it works. Okay. And you can see in the Pulev fight, he had learned so many new things, and it was so poetic because the guy that he got that from was there that night, and he gave complete homage to, and his name is Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. So that shows you that despite the Joshua Fury fight not happening, Anthony Joshua is still a guy that can sell tickets. Oleksandr Usyk is a guy that wants to fight, and when you have two guys that want it, it's going to happen. No ifs and buts about it, okay? Now, to counterpunch the resale thing with Eddie Hearn, truth of the matter is, people that resell tickets, I mean, it's a profit. It's a strictly pragmatic, opportunist type situation. You can't do anything about it. If they bought tickets and they resell tickets to get a profit, that's what people do. I mean, it's a thing. It's a perspective thing, really. I mean, you look at a fight that is in such high demand, you're going to get people that say, you know what, I could buy 3 of these at like $200 a piece and sell them for $500 a piece. You see what I mean? So you've made $900 profit off of these, off of what, 300. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. I mean, you can't do anything about that. That's just called supply and demand, and how much do people want it for. Now, I will agree with Eddie Hearn with this. Don't try to sell tickets that don't exist. Don't be a fraud. Don't be a scam, okay? Hustling is one thing, okay? But being a scam, that's dirt low, okay? And you shouldn't want to do that to anybody that's willing to pay for a ticket, especially a fight like this. Because what happens if you buy, like, for one, that's why you don't really hardly ever want to buy something online like that. You know what I mean? And you want to go to the source. You want to go to the actual place where they're selling the tickets, not, hey, click here if you want extra seats or this, that, and the other. I think at that moment, I feel that those guys should actually be investigated into and stop that type of stuff from going on. But, but good old-fashioned ticket scalping, you can't do anything about it, and a lot of people have made a living by doing so from that particular hustle. But nonetheless, this fight is happening. This fight, has sold out. Eddie Hearn must feel proud for his fighters to achieve that type of notoriety and success in a very short window of time. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Eddie Hearn's comments concerning the tickets for Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.